Hello, everybody, and welcome to another installment of the MRL Challenger Series. Or should I say, welcome to race number 1 of Season 4. This race is always a blast. When it comes to season openers, what do you think of? Do you think of Daytona? Because that's what I am. I know the most basic of intros, but we are here for Challenger. Tuesdays are back in action here for MRL. So I am very excited to bring this to you guys tonight. We have a very special list of drivers here tonight. Some of them returning. You may recognize a few names, some of them not. To kind of go through the list, our pole sitter, a brand new guy. This is his first race with us. Blackout. Excellent work. And just like that, it is already time to roll. 9:15 here. Well, yeah, exactly. Daytona isn't always a blast, but hey, you know what? It's basically what you can make it. I don't know. For some people, this is going to be already better than already better than Kansas last night. But I want to really point on out here of how much Challenger has grown over a few seasons here. This is technically our fifth consecutive season here for Challenger. However, it is labeled season number 4. That's because we started with season 0. Technically, that's our first one. So with that, we are gonna back on out, ready to get everything all rolling right here. But that is just because yeah, our fifth consecutive season here. This is our longest running series to date. In terms of races as well as attendance, Challenger has actually quickly become one of our most popular series. We have 30 total driving with us tonight, or in the series, I should say. 18 of which showed up. Some of them, of course, have commitment issues, and some other we are looking to have them back for next week. So we'll hopefully have a D&Qs actually for next week. But going on through the list right here, I'm definitely noticing a bunch of the Super Speedway guys make their way towards the front, namely from BMM and Two Man Army specifically. Those are the teams consisting of Memory, B Comp, Wildcard Coyote. Godim is brand new to that, as well as our pole sitter Blackout. Those are the guys that I'm one to watch here. And of course, with 18 drivers here in the field, that number 6 is going to be immediately one of those that I'm looking on out right here. We also have, as you can see, a few of the returning favorites, meaning Packers is here with us full time tonight. Now, unfortunately, he hates super speedways. He has gone on record many a times saying that he does not like it here, and you can see that he's already living up to that standard, being here in the back. But Packers is also one of those drivers that can actually go and get some good results here after everything's all said and done. And you can just see that he's playing very patient right now. Everyone's trying to get to the bottom as quickly as possible. So you can see right here the 22 already hitting the wall, and the 62 as well. And we are already wrecking in the back. Oh my goodness, all the way in the back. Trying to go back there as quickly as possible, but everyone sorts it on out sooner rather than later. Oh my goodness, the 22 of Cyber was one of those guys. I'm gonna have to get used to all these new numbers. I apologize. And the 18 of Bassbuck already off to a great start. Bassbuck is our season 3 champion, so he is already off to a fantastic start. Unfortunately for him, that is one of those just deals where, we have too wide, and there are some people that just can't hold it too wide. But because of that, we have a little bit of a breakup in the pack right here. So in our in-race streamers, of course, we have the usual Sauce as well as Bassbuck, so, funnily enough. So these guys are already off to a great start. Sauce is actually having a much better race than Bassbuck is, as you can see just a little bit up the ways right here. Here is that second pack, led by the one of not Xander, but Scoutbonk. If you do not recognize that name, that is because he is an absolute goat when it comes to heat. So don't look out, don't count him out here at Super Speedway races, because he can go and get things done. Now, meanwhile, we have a little bit of a conundrum right here, because as you can see, moving on through the board, we have a couple of drivers that 2 got him as well. One of those that are kind of a little squiggly right here. This entire front pack is essentially one team with a couple outliers. The 8 of Hamilton being the Lone Ranger for Underdog this week. I did get confirmation from Clay that he will be back with us later on in the evening. We also have one person already out of this race. Let me try to find him. That is the 14 of Brink. Oh, no! That is not how you want to start off the season already with a lag out. Unfortunate for him. Going to see if there's anything from that I need to know about. Maybe if it was just more than a lag out, or I mean, I can't imagine. It's only lap number 4. But yeah, unfortunate though that we have some drivers already getting caught up on early incidents. Namely, the 62 of Cade is now back here with. Funnily enough, 2 of our final 4 from last season, so excellent start to their season right here. But yeah, that entire front pack is essentially just one big team right here. As you can see, they're already doing the Dale line, so I apologize, guys, if I am trying to get everything all in order with new numbers. Of course, we went from the Xfinity Series this past season to the Cup Series now, so everyone decided to take a brand new paint to their look. Of course, the 9 quickly find out that no one will want to ride with just a 2-man operation. The 8 of Hamilton is probably going to find numbers wherever he finds them, and essentially he's probably going to be going with the 9 and the 48 right here. Of course, being with numerical teams, and that 6 is actually kind of plastering the wall right there. So the 8 is going to try to get his way up in that little alcove right there. These guys are going to build up a good old run, and I'm pretty sure the 9 is going to try to get a little something here in order to get a head start on where everyone on the cars in front of him. Just like that, you can see him just dive on down to the inside, and he's going to start battling for the lead right here. They have the 48 with him, and no one really wants to go and actually battle for the outside, because like I said, that entire top side is one big team. So, but right now, this just shows that the 9 of Sauce is really competitive. He has a little something he wants to deal with. The 17 is going to hit the wall right there. That's going to actually kill the momentum right here. The 21 is going to try to get a little something out of that. And because of that, you can see just that forward momentum from the 2 of Gotham as well as the 17 of Memory. They are going to leapfrog the 21 of Wildcard, but that 6 is going to quickly lose the pack. Want to jump on back to a couple spots behind. The 21 is going to try to leapfrog them again, but the 4 of B Comp, unfortunately, not one of the drivers that are in the that was in the championship question last season. However, he is very much still a competitor whenever it comes to the end of the day right here. I think we have another person out of this race. Give me 1 second. No, okay, never mind. It just looked like it was. But the yeah, the trying to go up. I'm back on board with them. The 4B comp, though, was definitely a contender in the last race of the season, last season, and because of that, he is definitely not one person to count on out. Getting second place literally yesterday at Kansas, and now leading the Challenger race right here. Definitely, that comes with a great amount of honor. Knowing that, just in respect amongst your peers, knowing that you can go and get this thing done. Now, one thing I do have to notice here and point on out is that because of the early stage incident right here, we had 24 laps in this stage, much like on Saturday, where that 9 actually won that race. These guys are going to be coming with pit stops, both in stage 1 and 2 and 3. So all of these guys are going to be pitting in some way, shape, or form in order to kind of break up the little monotony of just riding around in a single file line. But one thing we're definitely seeing right here is the ability to run in a single car, or not sorry, in double file packs. That 9 and the 48 has been able to leapfrog his way up through the field. The 21 here, I like what they're doing here. More than likely, he's going to get picked up by his team as they go low in order to pick him up. But with that 9 and 20 and 48, I should say, both of them running for GMI. these guys actually, the GMI is actually our defending team champions. The 2 must have hit the wall right there, and quickly the 9 and the 40 are going to go with them. We're on board the 21 right here. Now the 8 of Hamilton is going to be a bit of a wild card right here. He's actually with underdog, so he's just kind of going wherever the momentum brings him. I'm sure the 40 is going to let the 9 in, as you can see right there. That's going to leave, unfortunately, the 8 on out of it. As well as the 2. So I wonder if the rest of his teammates are going to go back up in order to pick him up. But unfortunately, the 8 is going to quickly find himself without a home. And he's going to quickly dive on in. Let's check on in with our second pack right here. Still led by the 1 of Scout. Just to kind of give a reference point, that is P8. So Scout is P8, P9 is James Snow, P10 is Chapman. James Snow having a very strong start to his season. Was on a part-time basis last go around. However, definitely can go and get some good stage points here. But everything could come undone here based on pit stops. Because of how potent draft is around here, of course, everyone knows that the draft is on low. That is no secret. Draft is on low here. You're going to be quickly finding yourself without a drafting partner sooner rather than later. In fact, speaking of drafting partners, the 11 of Packers and 20 actually got picked up by this third pack. That is 5 cars deep, and so is this front pack. So whoever is, or sorry, second pack. So whoever is a little bit more in tune, they can actually go and chase these guys down. And I'm actually looking to see who and exactly how close they are, and see if the third pack is actually closing in at all on that second. You can just see the gap between them. It's a lot, actually. However, that second pack is nowhere near as formed up as that third pack is, so I'm actually looking to see what they can do. In fact, let's check on in with our top pack right here. Still leading is the 4 of B-Comp. However, he has a like I said, only 1 teammate behind him now, and the 9's just probably picking and choosing his battles right here, knowing that he can just be patient here. And you can almost assume that these guys are not going to be taking any chances. You want to really be pitting with each other, with the draft. And with the 17 cars that are remaining, of course, the 14 is the only one out of this event so far. Early exit for him. We are looking at a big ol' to-do on friends are where you find them. So, because of that, one thing that we definitely need to look up here is as we saw the 9 pop on out of line right there, try to get someone going. Unfortunately, did not have the help to back him up. But this second pack is definitely catching. I'm keeping an eye on where and who they are drafting with, and this second pack, led by the 1 of Scout, just how smooth he is. He actually is closing in on them, despite only being 2 cars fewer in number than the rest of his competitors. But don't look now. We have a mixed bag of drivers here. James Snow is an independent, but we do have 2 Mopawa up here. Mopawa, of course, changing hands from UK to Cyber, which is, speaking of Cyber, let's talk on board with him. This 22 is now the leader of Mopawa, and he is looking to have a strong start. Of course, getting so close to the team title last season. He's looking to have a little bit of luck here this time around. The 22, of course, making it, or I guess the driver of the 22 of Cyber, making it into the championship for last season. He's looking to do so again. In fact, he's actually the only person to make it in every single season of Challenger to the Championship 4. But it's all going to be about execution when it comes to pit stops, and we're looking at 9 laps of fuel left for a lot of these drivers, including our drivers at the front, which we saw the some drivers getting out of line right here. What's going on, BS? A long time no see, man. No, this isn't PH Live, but that doesn't mean that we can't make it a little bit spicy here. So because of that, because of the 21 trying to make it to the outside right here, the 2 decided to go with them. That's actually going to open up the door for the 8 in order to get that draft and actually just leapfrog 2 spots right there. So this could be a big thing, because we are seeing 4 out of this top 7 being 2-man army as well as BMM. These guys are These guys are essentially the same team. However, we have 2 GMI and then 1 underdog, which essentially could be under an alliance. Of course, Clay was slated to race with GMI. That is the owner of Underdog, Broadcaster Clay. However, at the last second, you know what? Want to just take a managerial role and decide to just rock and roll as the Underdog owner. So there is a bit of an alliance right there. So I'm assuming Hamilton's probably in the team chat, in that number 8 machine. Just see, hey, you know what? Maybe we can make something work right here. But, however, I wouldn't be surprised if that number 9, the 48, is going to try something different. So what's happening here is the 4 and the 17 are going to try to leave the 9 and the 48 in the dust. You can see them right there. But that 21 was not able to get as good of a run as what you think. They're trying to knock them out of the draft. So by them moving on up, as we see a little bit of lag right here, big implications for this front pack. I'm not sure who lagged. Let's actually take an onboard with that. We're still on board with the 9 of sauce right here, and that's going to be a big to-do for the 4. Let's take a look at that live and see whose fault that was. So we saw a bit of a lag spike from the 4. B-Comp being the leader, lag warning number 1. So luckily these guys are able to have a decent run and not be able to get caught up in that. 1 second. So let's talk to them about that. So as you can see right here, the 48 and the 9 are going to quickly swap spots. The 8 going to try to go to the bottom, but nowhere left to go. The 48 going to be the 48 and the 9 going to try to pick up the 8 right here. That leaves the 4 teammates up on top. That is going to be a big old run right here, but the 4 hits the wall, and that is just going to absolutely kill the momentum. That's going to allow the 8 to quickly zoom on by and pick up 3rd. So let's get B-Comp his lag warning. Bam. So, turn of events right there. As quickly things, that's been the biggest thing, is that how quickly things can change. And that is exactly what I'm talking about. The 4 hitting a bit of a lag spike right there, and because of that, starting to make the running order of this front draft all the more crazy. So let's kind of go on board with our second pack right here to kind of see. We actually lost a driver of that pack. It looks like the 66 of Chapman now leading that. Let's take a look and see where everyone is. It looks like, yeah, that number 6 has actually not number 6. The 38 has lost that draft. They're going to quickly find themselves in that third pack as sooner rather than later. Still 1 car out of this race. That is the 14, mind you. So these guys are definitely not having a lot of fun. However, the 11 as well has also lost the draft, so that is definitely not fun for those guys. So definitely we're seeing a lot of these guys just getting a little impatient right here. There's the 14. There's the 11 losing that draft, but these guys will quickly find themselves back in that lead draft as soon as this stage comes to an end. Speaking of, we're coming to pit stops here sooner rather than later. That 8 is trying to hold on to that 3rd place, as the 21 is still trying to form a run around them. And coming up on lap 21, we're seeing some 4 laps in their fuel tanks here. So these guys are going to be coming down to pit sooner rather than later, and it could just be all about execution. Very, very spread out is the team of BMM as well as Two-Man Army. But anything can happen here. What's going on, guys? Who's all in chat right now? Who is your favorite? Who do you want to see win this race? Of course, the person that won the season opener last season is actually not in this race. Very crazily enough. I actually want to look up at the stat sheet, because I actually do not think it has been it's been a hot second since we've actually been to Daytona for the Challenger Series. So as we're on board with Sauce, we're going to be waiting for him to essentially come on down. Let's take a gander at this just to see what's happening here. Stats, Talladega. Yep, okay, so nothing, not there. see here. When did we go to Daytona last? Okay, Daytona. Piper actually won. Oh wait, no, I didn't. UK actually won that race. So that was there. Did we go there in season 2? I think we did. Yes, we did. Elite won that race. And then last season, in season 3, I don't think we went to Daytona. We did not. So, we've actually been here twice before. UK as well as the Elite Precision, as well as Mopao Cat, have both been a winner here previously in Daytona, and the last season's winner of the first race is actually not in this race. And as you can see, everyone is coming on down, and this is going to be a big old to-do here. Everyone getting up in order. The 21's going to and the 8 are both going to hit the wall right there, but that's actually not as bad as what you think it is, because as we come on through the rest of these pit stops, a lot of these guys are actually going to be in the same draft, so that is essentially all that matters. Now, do you take no tires, 2 tires? That's what we're seeing from a lot of these guys. Some people staying on out, the 6 and the 66, both staying on out. The 22, that is nowhere near his box, actually. Going on board with these guys coming on out of the pits, the 48 coming back on up, the 9 as well, the 8. The 2 is going to be basically everyone coming out in the same pack. Here is the rest of these guys, the 6 and the 66, that are coming on up. These guys have yet to pit, mind you. So these guys coming up all the way around. So that is our the difference, and all that matters for these guys right here, as they are going to be coming on around. There is the 16, the 22 of the 38 of Monster. Did not have to take the apron there. We appreciate that, but hey, you know, he does not have to do that. The 11 getting back up with the lead pack. Here's the 62, the 18, just to kind of give a reference on where everyone is. Actually, I apologize. These guys have already pit. I don't know if they've already, if they've sped or not. So looks like the 48 is now our leader, as he picks up that lead again. What's going on, Fire Slayer? Love to see it. Hey, you know what? Wish we could have you, man. Oh, we do have a message, though. Memory saying whole lobby is lagging, not just... Oh, okay. Well, that is probably in reference to what we saw with the 4 B comp. So definitely getting that out of the way right there. Going to be some big old runs. What's going on, Napier? Long time no see. Where have you been, man? We've been looking for you. We have a big run blocked, led by the 2 of Gotham, by the 8 and the 9 right here. They're trying to get back up to the top, but now their momentum's already lost. They're going to get to the outside of the 8, but can they get around? So as we come on around for only a few more laps left in the stage, hitting the wall does not help, I'll say that. So they can just build up another run and try again. Let's go on board with our second pack. Here is the 6 of Blackout. That was our leader entering this, our pole sitter entering this, so excellent job by him. And the 1 of Scout, definitely trying to make something happen. Unfortunately, nowhere to go. What's going on, Tay? Dang, you missed it. Well, you didn't sign up, man. You went to iRacing. Oh my goodness. Well, Napier, you better let your captain know. Are you going to be returning with us at all in any capacity? We would love to have you. A lot of these drivers picking up a lot of time loss by just hitting. Well, I guess by just losing the draft. The 16, one of them. The 38's one of them. The 11's one of them. So excellent work by these guys to still be in a pack. This is the 62, who is in P11, mind you. So that puts Scout in P10. But yeah, all these guys quickly losing the draft right here. Yep, the 1 even now losing the draft. He's going to try to work with the guys in the back right there and see... Scout's just having fun. So as we can just kind of shift up through the lead right here, the 9 actually got shuffled on out. The 48 is now going to be our leader as we are entering stage 1, or exiting stage 1, I should say. The 9's going to try to make something happen. Big lag spike right there, and just like that, That is how quickly things can change. Lag spike nation. The 9 is now turned on around, and so was the 21. He is stuck right there on the apron. And will that be a caution? Yes, it is. And that will actually end the stage 2. Big lag spike all around. So, unfortunate for Sauce, he's going to actually collect 7th out of that. The 48 is actually going to get stage points and actually a stage win out of all of that. And now the entire field is split back together. No one, I don't think, is a lap down, so that's excellent news for everyone. Monster is going to be great news for him. He's going to be back up in the lead draft, but unfortunate for a lot of those guys. Big lag spike. Let's see what the Discord has to say on that. Scout saying 89% sure the servers are lagging, and of course, yeah, I think that's just a matter of the servers just acting up right here. But we are back in action right here. Still one driver down. That is a 14 of Brink. Unfortunate for him. But now the 48 is going to be all by himself, and as we are looking at the lead draft here, I'm just seeing a bunch of teammates. So now we are back in full swing. Everyone back together for stage 2. This stage is going to be slightly longer than normal. It's actually going to be the same stage as stage 1, which was 32 laps. So everyone here, I call them Swervin' Irvins. Great camera shot of this right here to show how people kind of sway back and forth. You can tell definitely who's on a controller, who's on a wheel. And definitely, you can also really notice that here in turn 3, this is where we saw the big mark here, and people kind of getting each other all out of order. Big right there, the 6 and the 21, everyone kind of getting out of sorts. 66 is going to be put into the wall, 62 all out of sorts, the 22, everyone holds it though, right there. And just like that, the 22 is going to get into the apron, the 62 is going to go spinning. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Will we see a caution from that? No, we will not. Love this game. The 22 and the 62, no luck whatsoever, and unfortunate for both of these guys. And the 20 as well, nowhere to go. But that's exactly what I'm talking about, though. Is the people just getting up into each other, bouncing off of each other, and that's why I call them Swervin' Irvins. 62 is typing in chat. You know that is always a fun time. The 18 now is going to be all by himself, trying to get up there. It's telling the 66 to hold a lane. Unfortunate for those guys, as now they are going to be all the way back here. 22 is Cyber, just absolutely having my kind of super speedway luck, and by that I mean none. So because of that, we're seeing a bunch of that be a big to do here. The outside is actually starting to form. The 2, the 17, the 38, the 4, the 21, and the 1, all making that outside work, and they're actually making some progress right here. If they can just hold it nice and steady, that is all we need. And that will, well, there we go. The 9 trying to side draft a little bit. That's actually going to break up the the bottom lane a little bit. So by him actually doing that, it's actually killing the bottom side. It normally works in real life, of course, but you can just see that now that outside, the 2 is clear, the 17 is clear, waiting for the 38 to clear, the 4 as well, and then they'll end up coming on down. But now the bottom is having a little bit of help. But the 4 hits the outside wall, and because of that, now the momentum shifts to the bottom. That is exactly what I'm talking about right there. And now they're trying to quickly make their way to the bottom and leaving the 38 out to dry. Oh my goodness me. And that is exactly what I'm talking about, how quickly things can change. The 38 who is on the dominant lane is now all the way in Nowheresville. He's got to quickly find find a hole. He's going to try to find it in front of the 6, and he will. But yes, very, very unfortunate for a lot of these guys. Looking up through the rest of the field here, because I do believe 4, 5, 6, 7. We have the top 11. Everyone else is not in this lead pack. The 6 is about to lose the draft. The 66 has lost the draft. Let's take a look and see where everyone else is. There's the 66 right here. We have the 16 and 11 as well. The 22 is all by him lonesome. 16 and 11 is right here in this lead in a draft all by themselves. 21 is going to try to make a run on the outside, but there's just too many people on the bottom right now. It's not going to work. They need more help, and with the team split up, you have two in the front, but a Mopowa sandwich, Mopowa GMI sandwich in the middle. The 21 again trying to make something work, but no one's biting right now. And of course, this is only a slight taste of what's to come. This is only so-and-so amount of laps to go. As soon as we'll come on around, I will be able to tell you how many laps to go. Oh, by the way, Tay, I totally missed it. I apologize. Your gallbladder is out. Oh my goodness, had a gallbladder surgery. Well, we can't wait to have you back, man. Yeah, well, I guess Fire Slayer. Yeah, of course you would enjoy it from the grandstands. Of course, a true spectacle like that. How many laps to go? We have 26 here in stage 2. Like I said, because of that caution coming out at the time that it did, it ended the stage early, making this stage now a little bit longer than normal. That outside being a huge case for the top 4. The 9's going to try to take it 3 wide. Very ballsy move. I don't know if it'll work. Everyone's got to hold their line. Hamilton on the top side. The 9's going to find himself in the sucker hole now. This is Daytona, baby. Look at that. But quickly find himself back to the bottom. These guys are going to go back, breathe a sigh of relief, because now they're back, now the 2 wide. The 48 versus the 2, though. Excellent work. We've been following the onboard the 38. Here's the 6-2 all by himself, the 20 as well. I apologize about that for those guys. Trying to go on board with the 2. Still the leader on the bottom side, the 8 of Hamilton, trying to push that 48 up top, but people are bailing on that top side. They had it for a second, but nowhere to go. And in fact, as more people are bailing right there, it is just going to be a lost cause, and these guys are going to quickly find their way to the back of this pack. Unfortunate for those guys. They try to make it work, but just no one was biting in that time. Much like a game of, or like when you go fishing, you just gotta like reel the line a little bit to see who will bite, and that's what I like from the 21. He kept doing that to see who would bite. Of course, he has his teammate right behind him, so he knows that it will work. But unfortunately, no one else is biting. So because of that, everyone is just kind of going at it at their own pace right here. So because of that, looking at the top pack, this is what we're looking at. The 6 actually starting to lose the draft. Unfortunate for him. So the top 10 are essentially going to be all by their lonesome right here. As the 6 is, he needs to get back in that draft, hit his marks. Here is that second pack. The 6-6 actually gaining on the 16 and the 11. This is P12, 13, and 14th right here. P15 is going to be Cade. 16th is going to be Cyber, and 17th is going to be Mike G. All of those guys, unfortunately, getting caught up in that early incident. This second pack, or first pack, though, quickly gaining or losing some drivers, much like we've seen in real life here. We have seen some drivers just not be able to hang in that draft, and they just naturally fall on off, much like the first race of the season with the next gen. The 38 as well as the 6 have fallen off this wagon, and they have to do a lot of work here in order to try to get back up into it. But unfortunately, I think the 6 is a lost cause. And now we're looking at the 20 try to go to the top side and just try to be in this lead pack. That's probably the best news for him, because if he's in this lead pack, he can actually gain a spot on the 22, who's also by himself. The 18 also needs to watch himself right here, because he can actually lose the draft in order, so he has to really watch and be able to gain a little bit of time, as everyone is starting to go and bob in and out, trying to get a little bit of position. The 18 is actually losing that draft, so essentially he just needs to hold the bottom, and everyone's starting to check on up right here, as everyone is right there. So yeah, unfortunate, the 38 and the 6 have lost that draft. The 18 needs to really watch himself, or else he's going to be also losing that draft. The 20 you can see right there is, or sorry, the 62, I apologize about that, is going to hit lap traffic. So that is going to be our first ticket right there, and he needs to hold on. I thought that was the 20. I apologize about that. So that 62 is going to quickly get overwhelmed right here, and he wants to get in line as quickly as possible. The these guys are going to find themselves in position right here. That 62 need to immediately come on down and try to get on in that draft. It's going to be hard pushing, but he can definitely do it. He just needs to really watch himself right here. There he goes. He's already in it. So as the 1 is going to lose a position by getting shuffled on out, the 62 is going to latch on in right here. And he just needs to close in on that 20 that is just up the road, and that will be a position right there. So because of that, as these guys are going to just be running their pace right here, let's just kind of go through the field. Let's see here. Let's go on board with our leader, wherever he is. We'll get there eventually. The 2 of Gotham, brand new to the league, actually, joined us over in the off-season. Gotham joining BMM Motorsports, and he's definitely having a good showing. The 17 of Memory right behind him. Of course, Memory getting so close to making the playoffs last season. He is actually going to have a lot more luck this season on, as he wants to be on a fuller time basis. So the 9 of Sauce right behind him. Of course, one of our championship favorites last season, unfortunately getting caught up in a very late pit road speeding penalty. That resulted in him finishing 4th in the championship. However, because of that, that opens up the door for the 21 of Coyote, who made a round of 8 exit, a round of 6 exit, but still came so close. Right behind him is the 4 of B-Comp, who, of course, like I said, barely missed out on the championship 4 last season, looking to have a strong start. In fact, that's why he picked the number 4, because he wants to go for the championship 4. I like it. Manifest that destiny, man. Right behind him is the 40 of Agent Orange, our Stage 1 winner. Of course, Agent Orange, one of our longest MRL participants. In fact, like I said, he is actually the first Lights winner. In fact, fun fact right there. So he is going to have a fun time here in that number 48 for GMI. Right behind him is the 8 of Hamilton, who wants to have a full-time start. He was part-time last season, but he wants to get this bread full-time. And because of that, he's having a strong start, being in this lead pack for as long as everyone else has right here. And then right behind him, brand new, the 1 of Scout. Scout, of course, like I said, if you know that name, I mean, he's a household name for NASCAR Heat. That's what I'm saying. So because of that, he's going to have a great run here. Definitely one of our championship contenders already. But I don't want to call it too early, as we are looking at the top 10 start to break on up, as right behind, in the second pack, I should say, is our top 10. We have the 66, or sorry, eventually. The 6 is actually P10 right here. That is Blackout. That is our pole sitter. The 38 Bear right behind being P11 of Monster. And then right behind them is P12 of Chapman, P13 of James Snow, P14 of Packers, and P15, if we go back up here, is the 22 of Cyber. You can see him, is that yellow dot just in the distance right there. And unfortunately for him, getting caught up in that early wreck, not really having a whole lot of luck there. Unfortunately from that, also what I'm seeing is people getting losing the draft. The 62 actually picking up the spot on the 20. The 20 actually losing the draft here. This could be implications here for the rest of this race, because he may be a lap down the rest of this time. But we're also, what we're seeing is this lead pack start to kind of form on up there. These guys are not quite too happy with just kind of riding single file. You can see the 18 who are on board with try as he might to do something. No one's biting. That's what I'm talking about. It's all about baiting. The 8's going to try to do something right here on the top side, but again, no one wants to go with him. We'll have the 18 though, so the 8, oh my goodness, that is unfortunate for the 18. As soon as the 8 got out of line, or sorry, as soon as the 18 got out of line, the 8 went back in. So very unfortunate for the 18 here. But don't fret, because we still have pit stops left yet to go. And a lot of these guys are going to be pitting earlier than sooner here. Bass, very unfortunate for him. 2 laps shy comparatively speaking to Sauce. So that is the 18 of Bass compared to the 18 of, or sorry, the 18 of Bass compared to the 9 of Sauce. The 9 still there in P3, mind you. He is going to be pitting later, and as I'm getting lag from the 9 of Sauce. Unfortunately, Sauce, I'm going to have to bow out of your stream. So we'll have to be watching Sauce for a full-time basis right here. So because of that, Bass, you know what? I'm with you, man. The 62 also losing the draft. That's very unfortunate for him. These guys of 6 and the 38 having a jolly old time. The 60... Blah, hang on. Here is P12, led by Chapman. Very unfortunate stint for him. I'm actually very surprised that these guys are not closing in on that 6 and 38. In fact, there is a big old lot of distance between them. But they should all still be, yeah, they're entering turn 1 as these guys were exiting turn 2. So, but because of that, the 22 is now being picked up right here. That is going to be bad news if your name's Cade, because that's another person that's one lap down. The 22 will have to work on trying to get that bread. The 4 is also being kicked on out. The 22 on the apron right there. The 8 being picked on up and kicked on out of that top or that bottom side. And I like what the 22 did. He held his line on the bottom. He's now firmly in this pack, which is great news for him. So he should be able to get the lucky dog here. So because of that, I'm looking at what these guys have to do in order to get back on the lead lap. The 22 is going to try, and as he might, to get to the bottom, but the 21 actually popped the wall right there, and now you can quickly find the bottom side is now the place to be. Let's go on board with the 9 of Sauce. Eventually. There we go. The 9 of Sauce right here, being the leader on this bottom side. Like I said, he is our Daytona Saturday winner. Let's see. We do have a message. Dumb call with low draft. Well, Cade. Unfortunately, Cade, I apologize. Low draft has always been a thing for Challenger ever since Season 2. So the 9, now our leader right here. The 22 is actually not on the lead lap, mind you. So that 22 is going to try to get a little something here. And that 8 is right behind in order to see what he can do. So that technically is P2 right there for that. And the 4 is going to go into the grass. That's going to absolutely kill his momentum. Now the 21 and the 4 are going to lose that draft. Will we see the teammates of the 2 and the 17 wait up for them? I don't know. They may actually lose the draft themselves because of that. So will we see people come on down? Yes, those 4 will actually be pitting right now. So if I'm the 18, I would also signal, but it's too late for that. So the so now everyone is going to be coming on, or sorry, those teammates are going to be coming on down. Everyone else will be waiting at least a lap. Will we see a hard left turn by anyone but those 4? Nope, it'll just be those 4. So let's go on board with them. Did they all make it? Looks like they all did. The 4 is going to be a little bit later than normal, so I wonder if these guys will hold on up for them. The 62 is going to get lapped again. The 8 is going to get popped out of the way right there. That is the one of Scalp trying to make a little something happen. Now, who is going to make the hard left turn here? Everyone. Basically, it is BMM versus everyone else. And now the 62 is going to be by himself for at least a little bit here. So the 22 is going to do what he can and just stay with this draft. That is all he needs to do. Will we see a bit of aggressive look down the apron? The 22 trying to get there. 48, so aggressive. Did he speed? That is going to be the question here. The 18 as well coming on down. I don't know. We'll keep an eye on this to see where everyone comes on down. The 1 going to be the first one to hit his box. There he goes. The 9 as well going to be one of the farthest ones to wait. And there we go right here. The 6. Yes, we have seen it. Looks like we have a person that did speed. The 21 of Coyote sped right there. The 18 of Bass, gas only. Everyone in that lead pack all by themselves. They actually were able to stay on the lead draft, or lead draft. I love how the camera and the cars do not mix as they are unghosting right there. Getting back up to speed, everyone's still in this lead draft right here, and unfortunately, one person did lose that draft. I'm trying to see who that is. That is the 8 of Hamilton. Oh no! All by his lonesome here, getting caught on out by pit stops. Trying to stay in that lead draft is going to be so hard. Will we see anyone kind of goose the throttle a little bit? No, the 8 of Hamilton's fine. He's able to hold on just enough. Behind him, we have a little bit of conundrum here because it looks like the 11 to 16 kind of by themselves. The 9 is out also by himself. He's going to go out of the way, try to pick up, I don't know, a little bit of debris on the top side. Hey, you know what? It works. The 1's going to try to lead on the outside, but no one's going to bite again. Coming out at the end of all of this is friends are where you find them. And because of that, the 1 is going to quickly find himself without any friends, and he's going to go basically to the end of this pack. Now, we do have 2 cars not on this lead lap, so technically he's still in good position. He's actually P4 right now. P5 is the 8 of Hamilton. So, out of all of this, the 21, basically the guys that right here, the 2 of Gotham is P6. All things considering, that is pretty good. This is P6, P7, and P8. Just unfortunately, just not well choreographed for pit stops. And a 21 as well, getting caught on out at the end right here. Just this is what I'm talking about, though. Everyone is very spread on out right here, and that's just because of pit stop and when everyone came on down. No one really wants to work with one another. The 66, you can clearly tell, took no tires. The 11 and the 16 did. These guys are going to be quickly catching that 66 at a rate of knots. But don't look now. We have a little bit of a conundrum working up right here with a couple of hot topic items. The 1 is going to quickly find himself with a run. He's going to go right here. You can just see it happening right there. The 22 is going to go with, because he wants to unlap himself the hard way. Well, that doesn't quite help right there. A little bit of tapping on the outside right there. The 1 is going to lead that top side. The 62 is also going to try to get his lap back the hard way. They are going to be in a little bit of a battle right there. The 8 is just going to hit the bottom and be able to rock and roll with it, and the 9 is still going to lead the way. How many laps to go? We have 4 laps to go in stage 2. Let's go on board back on the 66. This is just behind, on the cusp of the top 10. The 11 and the 16 are catching on up. The 38 is all by himself, just on the grasp of the 6 actually right there. The 20 has caught the draft of the 21. That's good news for him. The 14 still out of this race. Just make sure. So as we go on board this 9 right here, you can tell that something's a brewing. Coming to 3 laps to go. Do you wait to the last lap? Do you wait to 2 laps to go? Especially as you see lap traffic in front, these guys are going to be closing in at a rate of knots on them. So do you use that as a pick? That is going to be the question. Now, is that Chapman actually? Let's take a look at that. That is Chapman as well as the 16 and the 11. Very crucial for them to stay on the lead lap, because that is actually going to be the 22's race by himself right there. Essentially, as we go on board the 22, they're going to be hoping that he gets the lucky dog, or that they do not get past in order to go down a lap. As we see a little bit of a lag spike right there. Looks like the maybe the 8 of Hamilton this time, and everyone kind of gets out of the way. No harm, no foul at the end of it, but as we saw early on, the 14 getting kicked on out of this race early. 2 laps to go here, and this is going to be race determining for the 22. Will they catch that those 2 with enough time in order for one of our returning favorites in order to remain on the lead lap? Big question mark right here. We already know the 20 is going to be a lap down. The 62 is also trying to make a little something happen. He's going to go on the outside right here. No help, though, because he's in the back of this train. No real communication that he can really afford with. But as we go to one lap to go, this may prove very, very tasty here. What will we see? As we see, the 1 is definitely backing up the pace. He's going to try to get a run right here. We're going to be on board with the 9. Because this is going to be the one that we're going to be worrying about. This is one lap to go. Who and what will he do? The 48 is going to try to get a run. Will he go to the top side? No. The 18, what will he do? He's going to go to the outside. The 8 is going to go with him. The 1 is going to stick down low. He will get a little bit of a run. And thankfully for him, the 1 will go and get that spot. The 22 is going to still be on the lucky dog spot. Coming to the line, the 9, with no real help, is going to get the stage win. Just in the nick of time, too, because that was going to be the lucky dog for the 22. So here comes the rest of the pack. Here comes the 4, the 17 to 2. Excellent job by them. The 21 also picking up a couple stage points. That is excellent work by them. So that's 6th, 7th, and 8th. This is 9th, 10th, and 11th, I guess. Oh, and there we go. This, caution for the stage is officially out. Let's see what the Discord's saying. Low draft sucks. Hey, you know, apologies, man. With one more stage left to go, we have a lot of racing left to do. We're going to be on board with basically see who gets the lucky dog and who doesn't. Looks like Monster is going to get our last stage point right there. That is P10. We're looking for P11, mind you. What are we going to see? 38 major lag moment right there. As you can see, kind of jittering right there. Let's see. So as we restart this race, the 4 is actually going to take a little bit of a strategy call and take the top spot. I think that is 2 tires. Interesting choice, I will say. And because of that, everyone is now going to be topsy-turvy. What we thought was going to be the top spot is no longer that. The 16 and the 20 all trying to get back in that that lucky dog spot. Unfortunately, you can see that as the like I said, I call them Swerve and Irvins, quickly find themselves going to be looking at turn 3 to be that main cause for concern. And just like that, lag spike again from the 4, and that is going to be a big concern as the 2 gets popped out of the way, and the 20 again does not get in that lead draft. And he's going to be all by himself. A big spike up here goes the 4 and the 21 all by himself. The 1 is going to lead the way. The 48 there and right behind, and the 9 right behind that. We're going to be on board with the 4 right here. And usually I take a break here at the end of stage stage 2, going into stage 3. But I think we're going to be with us here because the 1 is going to try to make something happen. But that bottom side is going to be all in order right here. And as you can see, big to do. The 4 is actually going to, the 9 is going to let the 1 in right there. Very close call. But beside that, as we now look on board with the 21, just a few cars behind is that 17 of Memory, and behind him is the 22 of Cyber. Keep in mind, the 22 of Cyber just got back in the lead lap. With a big turnaround, the 22 is able to regroup and get back into into contention right here. However, no one should count themselves out yet because a caution can change everything. So, and as we are all one big draft yet again, now I will take my break. We're going to be on board the 4 BComp as our leader, and I'll be right back. big momentum shift right here. As I return, you can see that the top side has now rolled. The 2 is now up on top right there. Right behind him is his teammate in the 17, trying to make it work. The 48 is going to find himself, but that is exactly what I'm talking about. That is quick. One mistake is all it takes, and that is how quickly things can change, and that will be our second caution for incident. And like I said, quickly things can change right there. Now we're looking at a fuel strategy race. Little mistake like that is all it takes. Let's see. Looking to see who is going to get the lucky dog. I'm not sure who. I pulled back up Sauce's stream on my break to see if that kind of remedied itself. We're on board with Hamilton as we just were waiting. I don't know who and what everyone is. So essentially this is going to be a fuel strat race, essentially. Everyone is going to be getting back into it right here. It looks like actually the 62 may have just got the lucky dog, so excellent job by him. On board with Sauce, maybe we can see a little bit of what happened right here. Scout decided to stay on out. Interesting call by him. We know that the 4 had to pick because he took 2 at the end of stage 2. And just like that, we're back in it. Let's see here. What do these guys have to say? Yeah. So people are just like, hey, what was the 2 doing? That is what we were asking right there. Because like I said, one little mistake. That's how quickly things can change. And now, the 1 is now going to lead the way with the 18 there being in right behind. Now, quickly, people are going to find themselves in the bottom. The 38 is going to be stuck in the middle, the sucker hole, and now quickly going to find himself on the bottom as the 66 is going to let him in right there. But you can see everyone trying to get back into working order right here. The 48 now trying to get behind and out of the 4's way. Again, he's going to find himself on the bottom, but the 11 of Packard's going to let him in. 3 wide, never quite working on out, as we saw with that last incident. Going back into it, though, we have the 4 still on the outside with no real help. The 6 and the 2, yes, are pushing him, but no one wants to push him. You know what I mean? They are pushing, but not really at a good enough pace. The 2 as well going to get really cycled on back right there. The 17 as well, memory, is going to get cycled as well. And as we are looking at a little bit of beating and banging right there, the 4 not letting his teammate in right there. Looks like the 22 will with the 17. The 38 as well getting kicked out of line. He'll get just knocked out one spot. No real harm or foul there. But the 38, never mind actually. He tried to go to the outside. That is not going to happen again. Now he's going to be quickly cycled on, and people, you can tell, are saving. This is now a fuel strategy race. The 1 does not want to lead right now. You can see that's why he's to the outside. He does not want to lead. The 18 will choke on up to make sure that the 1 still leads. So, interesting decision tree right there by the 1 to not pit. Scout was banking that there's another caution, which, to be fair, might still come out. However, he's trying to let the field go on past, and everyone else is just not biting. The 18's not biting, the 9's not biting. Everyone is trying to just get there and save enough fuel. The 1 is not doing that as the leader. Very interesting strategy call. Anyway, so as we are well within our window right here, essentially, these guys have to save about 2 laps worth of fuel for the people that pit. The people that pit have to save about 2 laps worth of fuel. If you didn't like the 1 of Scout right here, you have to save more. Very interesting here how these guys, how the decision tree of all of this came up to be. 62 of Cade right behind is the only other person on the outside. And again, he does not want... he wants there to be another yellow, because he's still the only car 1 lap down. The 20 as well, trying to make up a little spots here and there. He's going full throttle. Everyone else is starting to save. Everyone's getting in that fuel save mode to try to make a little something happen. The 48 also just saying, hey, you know what? I've done enough saving. Let's go up here. see what works. Again, just for everyone to know, the 1 is trying to let the field go. No one wants to lead in this juncture. So that is why we see the 1 purposely leaving the bottom open. Never mind, making a liar out of me as he immediately jumps to the bottom. And now the 48 is going to be luck out of luck. Never mind, as the 18 just lets him on in. So I guess, hey, you know what? Maybe the 48 of Agent Orange actually has a little bit of strategy up in his pocket right here. So because of that, you can see the line just constantly go from top to bottom. Now, by them constantly doing that, that may actually help out the 1. Crazily enough, if everyone else is not going to let them lead, the 1 can get wise and just be like, okay, well, I'm just going to start saving. I'm just going to start saving as the leader. If they're not going to pass me, I'll just start saving. It's a weird dichotomy that we're looking at right here, is because no one wants to be the leader, but at the same time, we go at it long enough, the leader will start saving fuel because of the constant up and down battle here. It's very interesting. As much as I personally don't like plate racing, it is a very interesting concept as to the decision trees that these drivers are faced with every single race. Especially in a race that requires fuel and or tire saving. So like what we're seeing is the 38 now of Monster going up to the top side, just saying, screw it, I'm not going to even worry about fuel strats. The 62 is already a lap down. He wants a caution, so he just has nothing to lose. The 16 has nothing to lose on the top side as well. So a lot of these guys, very interestingly enough, has a weird decision tree here. Now, the 38 is the 1's best friend right now. The 1 wants the 38 to come on down and be a leader so the 1 can now save. And everyone else is just like, why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? We had arguably the fastest guy in the field hanging by a string, and essentially you give it to him like that. Hey, you know what? Every decision tree has its flaws, I guess. But hey, you know what? Especially when it comes to be like this, as our leader is now going to be the 16 of James Snow. Very interesting line. James Snow, let's go on board with him. There we go. 16 of James Snow is actually one of our part-timers. Like I said, last season he was a part-timer. He wants to go full-time this season. We'll have to see if he can get a win. He's in the playoffs. Congrats, man, you did it. And right now he's in position to do that with the 62 right in front. The 62 is not the leader. He's back on the lead lap right now because he is in front of the 16, who is our leader. Now, like I said, everyone else, based on scout, not pitting, everyone that got in front of him, this is the best news for the 1. Like I said, these guys not really giving a hoot about fuel. The 62 and the 16 are banking on there being a yellow. That's why these guys are going full throttle like that. But that's what I'm getting at right here, is the dichotomy and the decision trees that everyone's in right here. Mike G finally getting back on the lead lap right here. The 4 is going to spin. Unfortunately, he caught the glitch, and unfortunate for him, he is going to be out of this pack. No caution for that, though, because that was a single car incident. Catching the very unfortunate right there, catching the glitch off turn 3 and just going and having a field day. So because of that, weirdly enough, as quickly things can change, the 62 and the 16 were going so fast, they didn't care so much about fuel that they actually drove away from the 1 who is trying to save. So now we're back in the same boat. The 38 now wanted to get to the front and now start saving. What a race! I am baffled at what is happening and what is unfolding in front of me. The 1 is again trying to let the field go, but no one wants to bite. So very interesting decision that we've come across right here. Let's take a look at how many laps are left. We have 14 laps to go. We're looking at Sauce, who is good to go. So Sauce can start pushing if he wants, but should there be a green-white checkered, the more you can save, the better. The 48, I'm not sure on his number yet. Bass has a little bit more to save, but again, we have plenty of laps to go on that. The 1, though, is still on the outside looking in. That's why he's on the outside right here. The 16 technically is our leader. He's not saving fuel, though, so he's banking on that yellow. He will have to come on down and try to pit with enough time in order to... I'm so confused. So looks like the 48 is going to get caught on out right here. The 18 I think is trying to go for it. The 18 of Bass, who won Talladega, the first race of last season, right here. Daytona has been our third time that we've been here in the Challenger Series. The previous winners are not in this race, so we could have a brand new Challenger Daytona winner right here. The 1 currently is in P2 in realistically in the best position right here. That's why we're following him. The 18 of Bass has a little bit left to save. We're coming to 12 to go right here. He has about a lap to save. Sauce, who's right behind him in that 9, has a little bit more work to do. He probably needs to save just a little bit more, probably about half a lap or so, and he'll be a-okay. But the 1 decided to not pit at the during that caution, and now we're just looking at the Dale line unfolding just in front of us. So I am very, very confused as to how this is working. B-Comp as well, unfortunate for him, he's going to get caught up in that incident, or that glitch right there. Big a moment by the 21 going to the outside right there. That could have been our caution right there. He's going to try to get back right there, and that is exactly what we're talking about. 66 in the 21 getting back into it. We're trying to go on board with them. Going on the apron. Will we see a caution here? No caution. That could have been bad for the 66, or basically for all of these guys. That is probably the best news if you wanted to hear for the 18, the 9, everyone up here, because of what happened. That is why we saw the 9 gas it and try to get around the 18, because he wants to be in front. That could have been it. The 18, I'm pretty sure, is good to go on fuel at this current juncture, and I'm sure these guys are talking to try and get up there. The 1, I'm not sure his fuel number right here, the 62 and the 16. These guys are not saving. These guys have to come on down. The 62 is trying to get a yellow, which could have came out right there. The 66 is now back with the 4, so hey, you know what? They'll have a little bit of help right there. Weird how that works out sometimes. So these guys will be battling with each other, but unfortunately just got caught up in their own mishaps. But quickly, the laps are ticking. They are absolutely just ticking on down. The 6 is going to try to make something happen with his still remaining teammates of the 2 and the 17, but numbers are not with with them right now. They have a whole host of drivers in front of them, mixed with GMI, Mopala, all of these guys, the 22, and that could be it! That could be it right there! People getting all out of sorts of 2 of the 11 going on it, the 6 as well. Could this be a caution? No caution again! Trying to go on board with the 11 right here. No one could have saw that coming. 2 separate instances that could have resulted in a caution did not. They tried to make the move. It did not work out. Now we have 2 packs. Essentially, they kind of dug their own graves. They went 3 wide, and with mean blocks being thrown, that unfortunately kind of took the 8 of Hamilton out of the equation right here, and now we're looking at the top 5, or top 4 I should rather say, all in this lead draft. Scout being the leader of this train, that is right there. P2, the 9 of Sauce is good to go. The 1 is pitting. The 1's pitting right here. Unfortunately, the 1 had 2 instances of that could have been a caution, but it didn't. Now, we have a big conundrum here. Did these guys save enough? Because that second pack is coming. They are looking. The one is going to make that hard left turn. Unfortunate for the one, it did not work on out. Two separate instances. Could have been a yellow. He's going to have to come on down. The 9 is now the leader. How many laps to go? I'm on my feet right now, ladies and gentlemen. Don't turn that dial because we have 7 laps to go. Absolute scenes right here. The 8 had a run going. The 22 trying to make something happen as well. The 20, who could have seen that coming? The 20 who got knocked out of the way both stages is now here in that top draft, maybe with a win. What a Cinderella story that could have been if he will win this race. I apologize, guys. Looking at it right here, objectively speaking, the 22 is Cyber up here as well. What could have been for Cyber getting robbed of stage points in both stages, now finds himself possibly with a podium. The 9 of Sauce, though, wanting to defend his Daytona title from the Saturday Cup Series here in Challenger with that number 9 machine. 6 laps to go. We see first being 16 of James Snow. He's not saving. He has to pit eventually. So watch on out for that 16 of James Snow. To pit right here. The 9, the 62 as well is not on in contention for the lead. Unfortunate for him, but these guys were banking on a yellow, which again, much like the one of Scout, had 2 separate instances that it could have happened. But we are now looking at 5 laps to go. The 9, the 8, the 22, all of these guys are perfectly in shape. They have saved enough. They are good to go. What will we see from these guys when they catch the 16 here? Will they just stay in line, or will they try to pass them? I don't know, because these guys are getting a little sturdy with it up here. The 9, will we see? Look to the outside. We will. The 62 is going to block, though. The 9 is going to thread the needle very, very tight. And the 8 will barely be able to pass. The 16 will go up and get to the outside. The 62 is going to have to hold it on the outside. It's going to grind the outside wall. The 62 is going to try. But unfortunate for him, he will not be in that lead pack. But we're looking at the outside right here. The 8 got way wicked loose. 4 laps to go. This will be an insane finish, ladies and gentlemen. The 16 will have to stop. The 16 of James Snow will have to stop. So what will we see out of these guys right here as we are looking at 4 laps to go? He will have to come on down sooner rather than later. Oh my goodness, Scout as well. 5 cars, no caution, saying in the Discord. Unfortunate for him that he does not get that opportunity to win at Daytona here. 16, I think, is going to be pitting this time, maybe. No, he's going to go on behind. Here's the 1 as well, just to kind of give a reference. There's the 1. Here's our lead draft. 3 laps to go here, ladies and gentlemen. The 16 basically will have to pit. He'll probably have to pit here either this lap or next. The 9, our leader. The 8 of Hamilton, what can he do? The 18 of Bass, that was our first, our winner last race. The 1 getting into a little grass right there. Looking to see what is going to happen with these guys, because we're coming to 2 to go. Who is going to make the move? What will we see? Who is going to make the play and get the win? 16 not pitting this time. He's probably going to just run it on out at this point. And honestly, I don't blame him. We'll see here. Everyone here still battling for position, mind you, so these guys are still going at it. The 9 of Sauce, we're going to be on board with him because this is our leader. This is 2 laps to go. He wants to see that white flag. He wants to make sure that this race will end under regulation. He does not want to see a green-white checkered. He does not want to see anyone mess up. And because of that, he wants to get to that white flag as quickly as possible. The 16 right behind, that's going to cause a little bit of draft to be formed by the 18. That 18 may have a little run here coming to the line. Let's see what we see here coming to the white flag here. And that is it. The 18 is going to get walled by the 16, and the 16 is out of gas. He tried to make it work. Unfortunately for him, he is not going to get there, and now, unfortunate for him, he will get robbed of that opportunity. Let's go back on board with the 9 because we have another shot at it. The 16 ran out of gas. He tried as he might. Unfortunate for him coming to the line right here. The 8's going to try and make a last lunge. What will we see? No help. The 9 cannot get it done. And coming to the line right now, the 9 will have one opportunity to defend. The 8 not there. Coming to the line, the 9 of Sauce will defend his title and get the win at Daytona. Who got P3 there? I am not sure. Memory got P3. Mike G, who would have thought, at the line, got P4 out of that. Excellent job. Let's see here. I want to remind them. There we go. Full results. Nathan. Oh my goodness. Hell of a ride right there. Gonna get P5 out of it. Oh, Hamilton lagged into 3. Unfortunate. But that is what we saw coming to the line. Oh my goodness. What a race. Hey, James almost had it right there. We'll have to talk about it. He ran out of gas on the front stretch, unfortunately. Took the 18 out with him. But still, the 18 of Bass, unfortunately, will not get the opportunity to defend his first race win, but will still get some good points out of it. Let's see what the Discord has to say. Scott was banking on a caution and should have gotten it. Oh, my goodness. What a time to run out of gas. Indeed. So I cannot wait to hear it from these guys because what an opportunity of a race that was. We saw multiple times, much like last night, how it should have been a yellow, but it didn't come out. Of course, Pack is just like, man, I hate Daytona Talladega. But what a result that was. Basswick actually got the fast lap. Excellent work by him. So there we see, there's Clay watching, broadcasting for his team, of course. Bassbuck, again, congrats on the fast slap, man. Let's talk about it. Let's get our top 3 up in here, and let's see what they have to say. So I'm going to mute myself for a hot second. I'll be right back. Oh, Mamma Mia Pizzeria. Of course, much like tradition here, let's talk about how everyone finished right here. Let's exit out of this. I'm pretty sure Bass is the one that got the full results. So I'm going to pull up his stream again. And get them. So we know our top 3, of course. We know Sauce, Hamilton, Memory. P4 is going to be Mike G. P5 is going to be Agent Orange. P6, Cyber. Bass is going to be finishing P7. Blackout, P8. Got him, P9. Coyote, P10. Skip ahead a little bit. There we go. P11 is going to be Packers. B-Comp, P12. Monster, 13th. James will get 14th because we ran out of gas right there. Scout, P15 because he had pit. Actually, I think... as we're looking at it, they may have exchanged positions right here. We'll have to take a look at that. Nope, James will be P14. Scout will be P15. 16 Chapman, K P17, and Brink P18 with the DNF. I think we have everyone up in here. Whew. Oh, I'm worn out, and I wasn't even racing. Let's talk about it. Memory. we have a big question mark as to how you did it. You unfortunately, I've probably gone to Chris Busher with this. Uh, you lost teammates here and you lost teammates there, but being the one lone ranger up there at the top, you were able to go and get it done. How'd you do it?
Oh, a whole lot of luck. Just trying to stay away from the team of wrecking crews ahead of us. The 22 throwing a Bush League move right there in the middle. Just trying to get away from all the chaos here. And unfortunately, that last stage, the glitch got B comp. Some unfortunate things with other guys, but I was able to save enough fuel for the end to get ahead of everybody that was running out.
And much like what we saw running out, the 16, we knew that was going to happen. Did unfortunately, just like that, did you know it's like, okay, this is my time to shine. I have to get up there.
Well, I wasn't quite sure that the 16 was going to run out, so I didn't pull out right at the right time, so I got kind of stuck behind him. So if I was able to do that without hitting him, I might have just been able to win this race because I was catching up to them. But then kind of got out of line there, catching up. 48 tried to throw a block, trying to run me into a wall. That didn't happen. I wasn't gonna let that happen. So, but hey, top three, gotta be happy with that.
Yes, excellent start to the season. Unfortunate for the rest of your teammates, but that's not all that. Well, the league is not all about Daytona Talladega, as much as everyone knows. What do you have in store? Maybe can you let us in on a little secret, maybe for what you guys
Well,
have planned for Atlanta?
yeah, I think we're gonna have a fast squad of guys this year. I'm not gonna be able to make Atlanta. I'm gonna be making every other race this season, so I'll have to miss out. But I think they're gonna pick up the slack there. Hopefully, work together like they did this race, and hopefully the leg stays out of the lobby.
Yes, server lag was a big
Yeah,
issue right there. Not just one person, but we saw a couple of people at the same time all lag, which usually is indicative of the server. But either way,
right.
memory. Oh, good.
It was lagging in qualifying. It was lagging pretty much from the start of the race. So just something you got to deal with. Everyone was happening to. It wasn't just one guy. Guys with great internet services. They're lagging also. So it's not anyone's fault on that part.
Well, there we go. Memory, congrats getting it at the line over 20 of Mike G, which I want to give a shout out to him.
Oh, yeah.
Got robbed every stage, got knocked out of the draft, went a lap, almost two down, and still somehow finished P4. So excellent job by him. So Memory, congrats on
Yeah.
the P3.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Patton.
Anytime.
Tough day for a lot of people, but
Yes. Let's go on to the 8 of Tyler Reddick here for Hamilton. Hamilton, you got a copy, man?
Yep, I'm here.
So I hear that you suck. I don't know how you believe that because you finished P2 here. And I'll tell you what, in a little dramatic fashion as well. You were a part of the lead draft the entire way, all the way through the stages, and then saving enough gas. What was your mindset like the entire last stint?
Yeah, everyone knows I love to save fuel. That's my favorite form of racing, paired with plate racing. So, it was a blast for me. Um, but yeah, anyways, you know, that's just what you gotta do is save fuel when you get a caution at the right time. I've been in scout's position before where I thought we were going to get a bunch of yellows and stayed out, and it didn't work for me either. So I kind of felt for him, but he's going to win the rest of the races this season, so I don't think it really matters much. But I'll just be happy to make the rest of the races if I can and take this podium and run with it.
Well, there we go. We have a very interesting position actually. Much like last night, we actually had a incident or two actually that should have been a yellow, but it didn't. I'm not saying we should go to the casino after this because I mean I have no idea what the luck of that was. That we've had like five cars wreck on both of these incidents, and it did not come on out. But Hamilton, that actually benefited you because of that. There was less people in the draft. We at one point had every single person in that draft, and slowly but surely, the draft got slower, not slower, but got fewer and fewer. And what happened there at the end? It looked like you had a run, but it stalled out.
Yeah, I don't know if the draft was on low or what, but if it was, I don't really like that decision for plate tracks. But it is whatever. That wreck though, I know somebody came through the middle and hit me in the side. I was in the hood view, so I couldn't really tell who it was, but I was facing the hot dog stand in the infield before I knew it, so I was just trying to save it, and I probably hit a couple people on the way back up, but I've had that happen to me the other way around quite often, so it is what it is.
Well, there we go. Excellent job on the podium, man.
How about the
I
torchbearer for you, dog?
I was just about to say, I think we had a person join in here. Clay, would you like to chime in?
Sure. Proud of Hamilton. He's my lone ranger tonight. The rest of my team not able to make it in tonight, but worked great with the GMI guys. Worked great helping Sauce get the victory and working with Bassbuck and Agent Orange and the others. But real proud of what Hamilton did tonight.
Well, there we go. And speaking of Sauce, let's talk about it. We have go to Chase Elliott for this. Much like in the Saturday Cup Series, we see a number 9 in victory lane right here. Sauce, how'd you do it, man? Welcome.
We gotta give out another GTR win, baby! Oh yeah!
Yes, sir, Pat, and we got another one. I couldn't have done it without Hamilton, without Agent Orange, without Bass Buck, Clay, uh, uh, is it Barbecue, Big Hubba, BBQ, Cade. We all worked together. Those forwards were real strong. They had about 6 of them that first stage, just running the top line, and that's kind of when I just realized the draft was on low, if I'm correct. But we had some good racing, just trying to maneuver and split them up, and they were trying to get organized, just typical plate track racing, and tried to get in line when I could and sit there. And then stage three was weird, obviously with the fuel saving and the strategy and tactics in play, and then like 3 cautions that should have been. So I'm happy to get the win at Daytona, no matter how I can get it. I'm gonna take it.
Well, and I guess unlike Saturday, where there aren't playoffs, you actually by winning tonight,
Wow,
you
how
lock
about
yourself.
that?
Yes, you lock yourself into the round of 12. Keep in mind, we actually upped the playoff field to 12 this season. So a win, you're in, and congrats, man, you're in.
I appreciate it. Last year, battled there all the way down to the end and work out. So I guess I lost that so I could get a win at Daytona. I don't know if the trade-off's equal, but I'll take either or if I could get it. But it took me a couple seasons in Challenger to get a win. So finally glad to get one. Hopefully I can get one in light soon, and then I will have all series with a win.
There we go. And that's all that matters there at the end, actually. Actually just having fun. But yeah, stage 3 definitely was weird. Not to
Hey, I
mimic you
saved at
right
the
there.
pump. It
Yeah,
wouldn't be a win for me if I didn't save at the pump.
that's exactly. You saved at the pump. You very. I don't know if much like what I was saying, like with going to a casino. Much like last night.
Mm.
Unfortunately, you lagged out there, but we had a incident that should have had a yellow both times, and it didn't, and it all came on down to strategy. I don't know, man. Did you think you're gonna have the amount of luck that you did tonight?
Anytime I come to Daytona, I feel like I got a good chance at winning. I mean, people say it's a crapshoot. More times than not, I'm up there at the end if I don't get wrecked or get a speeding penalty. Obviously, that's usually what happens to most people if they aren't up front. So, I love it. Love Daytona. So just try to play it out. These can go, either way. So, yeah, I got it done. I don't know how else I can explain how I got it done. I was just patient. Big help from everybody in the party chat with us. Again, like with the Forge, they were real strong doing what they had to do, and we were just trying to maneuver around them, get what we could. So big shout out to my team owner and captain, Xander, RX Meatwagon, teammates Agent Arn, Batchbuck. If I'm missing someone, I'm sorry. No, that's all four of us. And then the
Agent
affiliate
Orange.
Hamilton. Yeah, the affiliates Hamilton, Clay, all you guys. Appreciate you, Patton, for putting this on. And yeah, I hope it was a decent show at times out there. Either way, great show or not, if I get the win, I'm okay with that.
Well, there we go. With
I
that,
had fun too.
yeah. And with that, we're going to close on out. Congrats, guys. We're going to say goodbye to this race week. This is the end of that. Sauce with the win tonight. Hamilton P2, Memory P3. And this is race number 1 of Challenger Season 4 in the books. On to Atlanta. A lot of people's home
We
track.
gotta get back.
There we go. And with that, we're going to close on out. Have a good night, everyone.
Another
Peace.
GT